Hey folks, Nick Tockert here with the Historical Fencing Guild. Before we get down to today's discussion, we've got some bills to pay. The Historical Fencing Guild is, of course, brought to you with the love and support of our good friends over at the Independent Creator Directory. That's IndieCD.org, your one-stop shop for the best and the brightest authors, artists, and musicians. We're also made possible by sales of the Simple Sword, the Fighting Axe, and the Simple Spear. All part of our ongoing series of Western martial arts manuals designed to help you go from having never handled the sword to teaching the art to others. Now, listed at the bottom are my amazing Patreon members. There's some of them. The numbers fluctuate. These are great people who've helped me. You can join their number. As little as $1 a month helps me buy gear to help provide training to people who would not have access to it otherwise due to finances or availability, transportation, these kind of things, as well as adaptive training set up for people with disabilities, trauma survivors, things like that. That is what I do. I'm very pleased to be getting back into it and getting back into it heavily. Over the course of today and into tomorrow, I am doing a big cleanup of my home so that I can start having local practices again. Right now, it will be a setup and we have to rebuild the list field. As a matter of safety and security, I had to rip everything down after some of the issues we had and with the issues that were going on next door. I can say without a doubt that those issues are indeed gone in a most spectacular fashion, in that there is no house next door anymore. So we don't have to worry about that. Over the course of a while, my yard has come under disrepair. We had the issues of the neighbor who was there dumping a vast majority of stuff in my yard, and it's getting cleared out. So that is part of the plan. I literally just got up from working on making a stand for my, figuring out where I'm going to run strapping for the stand for my small forge. This is really good. This is a great opportunity because that means I will be able to, without electricity or bother, I simply need some type of fuel, which I have acquired a great deal of, be able to set up and actually forge steel as intended, both manually, and I am setting up for a classic forge with an electric bellows setup is in the garage, as well as a traditional propane forge that I simply have to find the parts and reassemble them. All of this is coming. So metalworking towards what we do is nigh. I'm excited. I'm hoping I will have at least one of my newer students over. And they're going to help. My brother's going to help. My wife's been helping, obviously, get this rolling. And then, if all goes well, we'll be doing what we need to do to have practices running again. It's starting small. Several of my students aged out. I've been working with people for over 25 years. That means some of them, they are electing not to fight anymore, and that's fine. My relocation did affect that, but that's okay too. We are moving forward, and I am excited. The season is difficult with people who work in construction. Several of my dearest friends and students work in construction, which means this is their busy time, which means they don't get to party till fall. That's fine. Between now and fall, I'm going to be doing my best to reset my facilities, finally, after literally years of trying. It's hitting. That's going to be some of the big payout for a lot of things I've been working toward. We finally were able to afford to get a rig done to run electricity properly out to my backyard. So lighting will no longer be the bane of our existence. We shouldn't have nearly the hassles we did before. So I am excited. That's what I've been working on, and that's really what I need to continue working on even tonight. So I am doing the stream, and I'm going to go an amount of time to give people who may have direct questions opportunities. And should you not, then I will call this a very short stream. And in the doing so, I'll free up time to get the stuff I need done. So that's going to be up to you, the viewers. In the event that this is merely a 15-minute show, that's a 15-minute show on a Friday night. I can get some stuff done. If people pop up in the chat, I will do that. But I do not see the value in simply speaking to the void without a very specific intent when I have a specific intent of other things that I desperately need to do. One of the hardest things about doing what I do, which is provide a free service, is that very often when you provide free services to people, they do not tend to value it. They don't see it. Whereas there's more respect held towards more expensive services. And it is very burdensome on an instructor. And this is also a time of year where I do a lot of contemplation. I've been doing this for a quarter of a century. I have hundreds of students. I am incredibly proud of them. Some I only knew for a quick single session. Some I've known for years. Some I've known for decades. But I found myself coming full circle. And the act of coming full circle is understanding that I have to ask myself, who am I doing this for? Because I've chased the if you build it, they will come for so long mentality. And I'm embarking on a new era. I have a couple of students. I'm going to build for them. I'm going to do what I always do. But I also am going to put it this way. Many, many years ago, when the guild practices were really, really active, there happened to be one where nobody showed. It would happen from time to time. Usually people had the courtesy to let me know, but they didn't. And one of my friends, whom I don't speak with anymore, she came out and I was out drilling. It was raining, but I didn't care. And she asked me, "What are you doing?" And I thought, I'm standing here in the rain, doing the same drills I do every damn day. What am I doing? I'm doing what I do. Sometimes the change we need can't be for other people. It can't be the prioritizing of others above us. Sometimes there are rare moments where service and maintenance must be put aside for growth, for personal training. In the last few years, I have been through an astounding series of truly miraculous transformations. Due to nerve damage and several other places, completely lost the use of my hands. I could only cut them like a Lego man. They told me I'd never get my grip back. My grip still fails. It's why sometimes I will drop a sword. But I was told I'd never draw again, I'd never type again, I'd never hold a sword again. I was incapable of doing martial arts, and with the way the paralysis is spreading, because in honesty, it is spreading, and that health has caused me to scale back a lot. If that is it, okay. I still run many programs, I still do many things, but I have built and crafted for so long that I need to give this last push. And I am. But I'm not just doing it for others. I'm not doing it just in service like I usually do. I'm doing it because I need to. I need my facilities to be what they deserve to be. And I'm tired of not having that. And we're going to see if that doesn't just serve others better. For years, Trilaina, Trilaina, has been trying to get me to stop burning the candle at both ends and stop filling others from an empty cup. Because it's very easy to, in service, give it all away. There is a comfort in that. But now, I think I'm going to do things a little different. I'm going to be setting up my list field for my own purposes. I'm going to be setting up my drilling areas and my ranges and my backyard, not to first and foremost be, a list field every day of the month. I'm planting some gardens. Swords to plowshares, perhaps. And perhaps it's time. But then again, as long as there's a student I know who wants to train, and it would be of value for them to, and they fit that bizarre criteria, I'm going to keep doing it. Channel content is changing. I'm okay with that. And I think you're going to be too. I want to see what I can do. Maybe it's crazy, maybe it's selfish. And maybe it's not about building and repairing the temple. It's about building and repairing the monk. And I find myself asking that horrible question, what would I ask and say to anyone else? What advice would I give? What would I tell them? And I think, to avoid hypocrisy, I'm going to listen. Told you guys, if nobody showed up for any length of time, I would not make this a long stream. My wife is off every Friday. I think I'm going to enjoy it. I'll be back. I always am. But right now, hey! How are you guys? I see we got some people from Twitch. Every week I hold a live stream, depending on how many people show up, talking about how to sword fight and how to train others in an adaptive Western martial arts. I admit I was just about to sign off, but if you guys have something you'd like to discuss, or there's something I can answer for you, please let me know. I have been discussing of late the reviews, since you're new, of these new trainers that I was able to procure from Amazon. See, I've spent the last, 25 years teaching people to sword fight on my own dime, looking for incredibly low-cost trainers. And I don't have a link or anything. How am I doing? I am doing pretty well. I'm getting ready to host a work and practice event tomorrow, where at least one of my students is going to come out and help me with the yard work and re-prep to be able to do recorded fencing bouts for you guys. I know you are watching from, let me look at the logo. You're watching from Twitch. Thank you, by the way. Please, that whole like, share, subscribe. I will be honest, I do not know much about Twitch. I have been on YouTube for quite some time. I was persuaded to broadcast to Twitch. I do find the audience much nicer, but who did I vote for? I'll say not Trump. If that's a problem, I'm sorry if that bothers you. Apparently it did, because we just dropped a viewer count, which is fine. I'm really getting bothered by that question. I may just ban that. Well, guys, once again, I do work with adaptive training for anyone who wants it. I provided over on YouTube. If you go to the Historical Fencing Guild YouTube channel, which is being scrolled apart, you can find, is that the right? Oh, I'm sorry. It is running the wrong banner. Why is it doing that? There we go. But you can find that over on YouTube. Oh, that is that's Elvira, and that is a cardboard standee. I'm in the middle of rearranging my office. I have been for quite some time, but I love B-grade horror movies, and I grew up very literally watching Elvira with my family. What cars do I like? Okay, well, it's not terribly on topic, but I've got somebody to talk to. I'll be happy to talk to you guys for a while. I like, because you're on the Nicholas Tucker. Twitch crosses both streams. I do tend to like Chevys. I tend to like the smaller end of cars, like Cavaliers, S10 pickup trucks. I don't have anything to prove. I don't have a lot of money. I just like simple, reliable vehicles. I rode a lot of dirt bikes in the past. I don't feel the need to go fast or, Oh, okay. Those make good off-road trucks. Isuzus are pretty good, and I know Toyota makes nearly, was it the Hilux is nearly indestructible. So I have no issue with those. I'm a Lamborghini tractor. I oh wait, no. There actually used to be a goofy tractor behind me on the wall that came with the house. No, I love the idea of a Lamborghini tractor. I find that hilarious. Where tractors are concerned, I have a bit of a beef with John Deere because they're trying to make them where you can't work with them anymore. And if you can't work with a material, did they really? I remember I was there. Well, that's cool. It was not something I knew. So you guys have taught me something. I'll take your word for it for now because I can. I did Lamborghini. Go check. Why not? Did Lamborghini make tractors? Ha, that's awesome. I did not know that. That delights me. See, I love history, and you guys have provided me with some unexpected history. So yes, I quite like that. No, to the new folks, hi, my name is Nick Tucker, freelance author, artist, swordmaster, game designer, and retired paranormal consultant. I've written several books, including like The Simple Sword, which is a complete system of how to learn to sword fight if you don't really have access to other systems. I'm very proud of it. But I normally do a live stream where we talk about swords and materials. Right now, I also, for my Twitch viewers, I broadcast Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 10 a.m. for Nevermind the Furthermore, which is my author, artist, and creative support show. I'm rather passionate. You might want to look back at those streams. They're a lot of fun. I would rather want a legendary sword. In my case, the simple sword, yes, I want an epic one. The simple sword refers to the technique, not the item itself. What I did is throughout college, I studied translations and did some translating myself of period sword fighting manuals from all over the place. And I wanted most of the people when you encounter people who study Western martial arts, especially, they're arguing over who's better. I went at it with a different perspective. I wanted to see what did I see that they agree on, and what I found most of them agreeing on. I figured that must be the most important to know. And because I was a member of an organization, and there were my teacher wanted to train only the best in the breast, the healthiest. He is very my first instructor. I don't call him a swordmaster. And he left me with the rejects, as he put it. I did not think that way, so I worked very hard to train and find ways that people with disabilities could train, or people who were shorter than their opponents. I'm 5'7", and I'm between 5'7" and 5'8", and I gained 3 inches of height in college in a massive growth spurt out of nowhere. So I was a little guy, and I trained with people who were 6 foot plus. Oh, you're 6'7"? That's awesome. That means you must have a great reach. To get back to the question, isn't the gun better? The gun is better at doing what guns do. And if we are solely training for actual combatives, it would make sense to put the vast majority of your training into firearms. Absolutely. I am comfortable in the application of firearms. I'm not proficient because I'm a civilian with certain physical limitations, but I'm able to make it work. We'll put it that way. But I came in personally learning to use the sword as a part of it is I wanted to be the main character in my own story. Part of it is I had a lot of anger and I needed something that would teach me to focus it down. And part of it is it looks like fun. And there was a lot of gun sword crossover. Swords lasted a long time. General Patton, George S. Patton, World War II general, rather famous, as a lieutenant wrote a book on saber fighting, actually, for the Army. I have it somewhere, but like I said, I'm literally in the middle of cleaning up for having guests and stuff, and we're unpacking some things that need to. Pirates used to, absolutely. What about crossbows? Are still great. The ammunition is easy to make compared to firearms. It's reusable, at least theoretically. You have a chance of gleaning the field. I think a crossbow may be, in many cases, a better item for hunting. And I have crossbows. I can use those too. It's a case of what does the tool do well? And fair enough, I think I would walk the plank. Well, sometimes you have to. Sometimes in life you have to surrender to a overwhelming force. That is tall. I agree. And gotta go. My wife's boyfriend is home. Okay. I know several people who are in assorted different kinds of relationships. It's literally not my job to judge, so I try not to whenever possible. I hope you and your wife and her boyfriend have a pleasant evening. It's a nice Friday. I hope the weather's good for you. Beyond that, I'm very much a varied streamer, and I'm getting used to streaming on these different platforms. So I'm a very small streamer. Why am I making it weird? I'm not trying to. I'm sorry. That wasn't my intention at all. I will tell you sometimes, because I have a speech impediment and I'm dyslexic, I will instead. Oh, okay. No, that's fine too. I wasn't trying to make it weird at all. Groovy. I genuinely don't judge. I'm sorry if on that one. Chapeau, my friend. I'm going to be honest. I am not familiar with that word. Chapeau? because I think I am. Okay, it is hat or well done. Okay, thank you. Well, I hope you're having a pleasant evening in that front. Very very interesting topic. Um, Usually when people come on, they ask me what my favorite sword is. So I think is it still rattling around right over here? It was. My favorite sword is a Carlos the Fourth Spanish Bilbao. Where did my Bilbao go? Bother! I was going to show that to you guys because we're new people, and who doesn't like showing off swords? But again, I'm in the middle of a move. Well, not a move, a office move. Where did that go? That's bothersome. I'm sorry about that. I'll have to find it later. But I'm hoping to have some new footage that I will be sharing to my YouTube channel, and I will see if I can broadcast it live as a premiere style over here as well. Here referencing Twitch. If not, there's a lot of other things going on. That does bother me. I do find it bothersome when I cannot find one of my swords. Oh well. Do you, to Daika, do you have a specific sword style you are interested in, or some other Western martial arts point of interest? Because I love to hear from it, and that's going to sit and bother me. Oh, that's going to bother me. Oh, I know where it is. Never mind. It's in my bedroom. I was setting up for a stream and a bird flew into my window, but I thought somebody was beating on my door, so I greeted with what was handy. But it seems like the chat has kind of fallen silent. So what I'm going to say is, I guess I'm going to see you guys next Friday night when I have hopefully more footage and more content for you, because I'm in the middle of setting up for some new stuff. I want to get my forges going. I want to get the knives possibly throwing. I want to do sword fighting, and I want to bring the results to you. So we'll see that there. If not, again, for my Twitch and Kick viewers, I will be on with Nevermind the Furthermore, my morning show. Again, should be Monday at 10 a.m. Eastern. I will have all the stuff preset through StreamYard, but I don't do that usually till Sunday, just because that way I'm not risking overrunning other people's streams and things. All behind the curtain stuff. But guys, because I do have to go, please do your drills, keep your guard up, be kind to yourself and each other. And as always, thank you for supporting your local sword master. I'll be back. Have a lovely evening.